Season 1 of Westworld has been a mesmerizing addition to HBO's gallery of dramatic shows and has prompted dozens of fan theories throughout its premiere season. As we approach the season finale, I just wanted to put together some of my final thoughts concerning the season's progression towards the finale and the specific characters. The entire show has been a struggle between three different philosophies embodied by Dr. Ford, Arnold Weber, and Delos. Dr. Ford has been one of, if not the most compelling characters of 2016, and has provided some of the best moments of the series. Depending on your personal perspective, he is either a villain, a hero, or somewhere in between. Personally, he reminds me of Frank Underwood from House of Cards. One moment you're rooting for him, the next you're rooting against him. He is a man that does not believe that the hosts are real, and he has been navigating and manipulating the different characters on the show through his new narrative, and I think it will be the last story that he ever tells. I don't see Dr. Ford making it out of Season 1 alive. Throughout Season 1, Ford has outmaneuvered every adversary placed in front of him, whether it be Teresa Cullen, Elsie Hughes, Charlotte, or Bernard. Ford has been unmatched in his attempt to keep his absolute power over Westworld. We have never seen Ford defeated in any of these confrontations. I think the season finale is where Ford finally loses control of the park, and his hubris and ambition lead to his downfall. In episode 8, we see Charlotte Hale implant Peter Abernathy's head with 35 years of Westworld IP. He now contains all of the information on how the hosts work, but Hale probably wasn't aware of Peter's existential crisis. In episode 1, he swears his revenge on Dr. Ford and Bernard.
I shall have such revenges on you both.
Lee Sizemore was given the task of smuggling Peter on a train outside of the park. Hale might have unknowingly created a sentient android super genius Terminator robot, and with 35 years of Westworld IP, Abernathy might be the key to finally defeating Dr. Ford.
You're in a prison of your own sins.
Turn it off.
One of the reasons that he has his malfunction is that he sees this photograph of a woman in Times Square. When Dr. Ford asks him what is his primary objective, he says protecting Dolores. Now, we haven't seen Peter since episode 1, and the last time we do see him functioning, Bernard whispers something into his ear. Another reason I don't think Ford is going to return in Season 2 is because Anthony Hopkins hasn't renewed his contract. Obviously, there is plenty of time from now until they begin shooting for Season 2 to negotiate a new contract, so it's entirely possible that they are currently in the middle of negotiations. But other key actors from the show have already confirmed that they are returning, like Ed Harris. The vacuum of power that would open up if Ford was to die or be removed as the CEO would make for a great Season 2 storyline, so it's food for thought. Now, Arnold Weber and his metaphorical ghost have been haunting Westworld for 35 years. His philosophy on artificial intelligence seemingly died with Bernard, or Bernard, after Ford tells him to kill himself. But honestly, I don't think Bernard is dead. Another great fan theory that has been popping up over the internet and in the comment section of a couple of my videos is that Elsie has taken control of Ghost Nation, the group of androids that kidnapped Ashley Stubbs at the end of episode 9, when he was out looking for Elsie. Note that Ashley receives a signal from Elsie's phone in Sector 20, but her last scene was in Sector 3.
Hello?
We were led to believe that Elsie was choked to death by Bernard, but it's entirely possible that Bernard glitches out of his programming after recognizing Elsie, and now she is hacking into the Ghost Nation androids. Ghost Nation have only made a few appearances throughout the show, but they are clearly powerful androids who don't respond to verbal commands, and they might be sentient themselves. And they have been known to worship the workers of Westworld as gods. Teddy tells the Man in Black that the natives believe the maze is the sum of a man's life. So they clearly have some connection to Arnold and the maze. The actual horses that they ride features the tiny man that appears at the center of the maze, and the first android that the Man in Black interrogates to find the maze is one of the native androids, Kissy. Ah, Kissy. He thought he was going to escape. As for Delos, not much is known of them except that they are probably owned by the Man in Black, and they have been trying to push Ford out as CEO for quite some time.
You'll announce your retirement tonight, after introducing your new narrative.
It was you people who wanted to play God with your little undertaking.
Do you really think the board will stand for this?
The board will do nothing. Our arrangement is too valuable to them. They test me every now and then. I think they enjoy the sport of it. This time they sent you.
The evil company cliché has been used in cinema dozens of times, but Westworld has taken a more subtle approach with Delos. We haven't seen a, well, we're gonna steal the technology and use it to enslave humanity speech by an evil, mysterious corporate head. No one is exactly sure what Delos wants to do with Westworld's intellectual property, but we can assume it's not in the best interest of humanity. If this is the final episode with Dr. Ford, HBO could be saving Delos as the primary villain of the show moving forward. So I hope all of you enjoy the season finale, 90 minutes. It should be epic. We are going to release our full Season 1 review on Christmas Day. We're going to take off a little bit of time from Westworld because there's a big movie we're preparing for. Na 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 na.